Alright, so I wanted to talk to you about the 5-volt circuit. After running by some stuff with eJazz today on what I was going to do, and then some discussions last night and thinking about stuff, I had a lot of noise. So even when I would walk around the box, it was giving me intermittent signals on my sensors and stuff. So what I did was I moved all the signals to the back side. There's my kill switch, right? Manual kill switch, that's on the back of the box. So I moved everything that was signal related on the back of the box. And I tried to make sure not to cross any signal, any sense lines. Okay. And then all my 5-volt power and my 12-volt power is on the front of the box. And that made a huge difference as far as getting all those weird intermittent signals and, the sensor's freaking out. So here's how I laid everything out. It's color coded. You got red, that's box 3. Green, it's box 2. And black. And I'll show you the colors here in a minute. I labeled all the the detectors or whatever. This is the back of the box: 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Every one of them's the same configuration. I kept all the sensors that came in a package together so that, as a pair, they stayed as a pair. And then let me show you what we did here. Obviously, I showed you the video today. These are all my senses, 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight from the detectors, just kind of tape stuff down so they didn't snag on anything. This is box 3, it's red. You see the red. And I went white for 1, white blue for 2, white orange for 3, white green for 4. Okay, these are all my 5-volt pluses. This is my main 5-volt plus minus or return, and then those are all my 5-volt negative 5 volts. What I did was I used quad twisted shielded, in which I put a solder splice right there with a pigtail and tied it into my 5-volt return. And that's how I did every one of them. This is box 2, so green, and you'll see it down at the other end that will plug into your mux. About every foot I marked it green for 2, or red for 3, or black for 1, but everything's wired the same. And this is box 1. Same color scheme, all the same stuff. Again, here's your 5 volts that powers all of your detectors, brake beam sensors. Everything's labeled. White is plus, white blue is minus. And then here's what I was doing when I was checking them. And probably the biggest thing is the Raspberry Pi is pretty clean. That 5-volt power supply there, dirty, very dirty. So I just grabbed some pins and just kind of shoved them into the where the braid is, the shielding, and then went to a 5-volt bus bar and a 5-volt pin to the power to the Raspberry Pi, and it cleaned everything up. Like, it stayed the same. You could tap on the box, you could walk around, you could move the box, I was able to hit these wires, nothing changed, it stayed solid. And then I went into the box and I would put my finger in front of each detector that was working, and it was responsive, it was consistent. Issue. So you can see bay 1-1-2-3-4, and then 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is perfect. two. For some reason, two of them are not reading. And then one, I've got three that aren't working. We have pulled an emitter out and, you know, gave it 5 volts and put it in front of them, and they don't respond. So I don't know if I got bad sensors. They all have power. I take my phone, I put it in camera mode and stick it down in there, and the emitters are all lit up. They're emitting. And it's not an alignment issue. I mean, I think at 12 inches they throw like a 2-inch beam, so I don't think I'm off by 2 inches. 1/8 of an inch? Maybe. 2 inches? No way. So I'm not sure what's going on, but they're steady and consistent now. It might just be a bad couple detectors. I don't know. They're just hot glued in. I don't know if you got a hot glue gun, but, you know, maybe heat them up with a heat gun, peel them off, try them out, test them. Everything worked on the bench before I plugged it in. We tested each individual sensor. But as I get, I don't know, go through the cables and stuff, all of a sudden they're getting weird. What else? I think that's pretty much it. That's as far as I've gotten for the sensors at this point. Oh, and I also put tape on the inside to mark so that you know where, you know, line 1 is, line 2, line 3, for when you're trying to test it. But dirty power.